Hello everybody, good evening or good afternoon wherever you're at. Najumu here and welcome back to IWAKURA Aria. Well, bit of a recap of the rather tumultuous story developments that we had last time around. So it turns out that Aria is a person who does not age very quickly. Not only that, but she cannot feel pain at all. So apparently, once she managed to reach the age of 16, she managed to forego any sort of sense of pain. And it also turns out that thanks to her father, we don't know if he's actually like her blood relative father, they're also part of a cult. Ah, yes, we're entering into the strange territory of bizarre cults, and that is why these samples of blood and fingernails, have been given to quote-unquote the members of said cult. And yeah, it's getting a bit weird. I don't know why Aria is allowing herself to be in this kind of situation, but I don't know, maybe Ichiko will be the solution in getting her out of this. Who knows what might happen, but it certainly is veering into the very, very strange territory. But yeah, looking at the chat, we have Rayquaza. Hello, good morning, and Pearl as well. I hope you're doing well. Good luck with your schedule, though. I understand, like, sometimes the schedule can take up a good chunk of time and can be a little bit stressful, but, you know, do your best and hope for the best as well. All right, so let us load and continue from the last time around. Yes. Oops, sorry. The moon is so round.
Aria, 食べないのかい?
She's not in the mood to eat?
だってまだ暑そうなんだもの。口の中をやけどすると嫌なの。舌に何か当たるから。
Is she talking about when your skin peels? It was August 1st, and the moon was full and bright, with a few scattered clouds here and there. If she doesn't want to eat, can I have some? Well, it kind of depends on what the food is there. I don't know. It should be normal food, but considering how not normal the events of this game are, I don't know what to believe anymore. Also, hi Akane, and good evening. Amane is usually so busy that he and Arya usually don't eat together. So having them both at the table was a pretty rare occurrence. I mean, yeah, it should. I was just joking around, but yes, it is normal because Sui, one of the characters in the game, is a very good chef. So yes, the food is normal. No, don't worry about it. Sui had prepared a special macaroni gratin and carrot consomme soup. Ooh! How does that sound to you, Akane? Macaroni gratin and carrot consomme soup. That actually looks pretty nice. Actually sounds pretty nice. It's like a full meal. Ah, Miss Arya is avoiding the carrots and drinking the soup, just like I am. What's wrong with carrots? Come on. Carrots are great. They're good for you. They taste good. They're good for your eyes, too. I'd want some. Yeah, I'd want some, too. It looks good. Sounds good.
今日から8月か。そろそろ来月の準備を本格的に始めないといけないな。
出席者の人数は決まったの？
実はまだなんだ。誕生月の式は特別だからね。条件を引き上げても誰も辞退しないから、支部長と新たな規定を検討しているところだよ。
New regulations?
今年は城山さんのがん完治の影響も大きい。岩倉アリアという奇跡が生まれた月には、また別の奇跡が起こる。みんなそれに望みをかけているんだろう。
Another miracle. Okay. Yeah, you can tell she's not very happy with this. Sounds like a pretty huge deal. So, I guess that Kenkai is going to have a party next month? So that means Miss Arya was born in September. I'd love to celebrate her birthday with her. I wonder what kind of present she'd like.
いちこくん。
Oh, big.
お水をお継ぎします。
He gently handed me a glass that I began to fill with cold water.
ああ、そうだ。アリアに頼まれていた額縁だけれど、明かりがうまく手配できていなくてね。今日私が改めて発注しておいたよ。彼女は集中力に欠けるのがたまに傷だな。それに時々服装がだらしないのも。どうしたものかな。
It's rare to hear Mr. Amane speak harshly of someone like that. Actually, I think this is the first time I've ever heard of it. I thought Mr. Amane and Miss Yoshino might be seeing each other, but I guess if they are, maybe things aren't going too well. Even though I knew that a calm and collected man like Amane could complain about people, it felt like something was off when I heard this. Maybe that was because I overheard their private conversations. I wonder if Miss Aria knows about their relationship. I quietly peeked over at Aria. She slightly opened her mouth to take a bite of the single piece of macaroni on her fork. Just watching her put food in her mouth was captivating in and of itself. I wanted to place my fingers on her throat to see how it moved as she swallowed her food. Ooh, well, that is an interesting way of phrasing that, Ichiko. The strange desire suddenly welled up in my stomach. Wanting to touch someone's throat. What a weird feeling. It's more than weird, girl. Hey, you know, I'm starting to feel like you're pretty bizarre yourself, Ichiko. I continued to stare at her long, dainty neck. Damn, she's really focusing on that neck. There was a thin little mole there, too. That's right. I totally missed my chance to ask about that. What's the real connection between Miss Aria and Mr. Amane?
そういえば、それ少し気になってきたな。今夜なら時間が取れるけれど、どうだろう。
ええ、そのことなんだけれど。これからは、イチコに頼もうと思っているの。
Wait, what? What is she talking about having me take care of?
私の世話もイチコの仕事のうちでしょ。体のことも話したのだし、お願いしてもいいかと思って。そうすれば、お父様の負担もまた少し減るでしょ。
Oh God, is it the whole, like, blood and fingernail harvesting?
なるほど。負担だと思ったことはないけれどね。アリアがそうしたいのなら、私もそれで構わないよ。
ええ、イチコは器用だから、きっとうまくやってくれるわ。
Wait, they are indeed talking about me, right? I'm completely in the dark here. What in the world are they talking about? Oh, I do not like the sound of this.
これで合っているんでしょうか。しみませんか。
ええ、まったく。
As Arya soaked in the bathtub with her back facing me, I brushed her hair aside into sections so that I could apply the cream to her roots. I never had to dye someone's hair before. I hope I don't mess it up. She wanted me to dye her roots so that her hair was uniformly black. She must have sensed that I was a bit confused about what to do, so she made it very clear. Maybe that stain on the tile I had trouble removing a while ago came from the pigment of this hair dye? I never even considered that possibility.
お嬢様が髪を染めているなんて全く気がつきませんでした。髪の色は成長するにつれて変化したのかと。でもきっとそのままで素敵なのに、どうしてわざわざ染めるんですか？
そうね。それは私がそうしたいから。だって似合うと思わない？
Arya suddenly... Oh, one moment. Sorry about that, guys. I just got a package. So, yeah. Alright, let's keep going.
それはもちろん似合いますけど。
最初は反抗のつもりだったの。白い肌や色素の薄い髪を神秘的だと言われるのに疲れてしまって。だけれど黒髪にしたらむしろ信徒が増えたの。みんなが望んでいた神の子は実は黒髪だったのよ。
どういうことですか？髪の色に何の意味が？
お父様は早くから気づいていたみたい。神秘的だと言われる色素の薄さが人によっては病的な欠陥に見えると。
Pathological flaw? That's weird.
自分より劣っていると感じる相手の話を真剣に聞ける人はそういない。それが分かってからはずっと黒髪にしているの。
Pathological defect? I was listening with great interest, but I honestly never imagined that would be the reason behind it. I could feel my emotions bubble to the surface as I stopped moving a brush through her hair.
そんな肌や髪の色なんかで馬鹿げた判断をする人たちにお嬢様が合わせてやる必要なんか一つもないのに。
Well, honestly, you don't expect much logic from a cult. Sorry.
イチコ、どうして怒っているの？
だって血管とか劣っているとかあんまりです。そんなことを考えるような人たちが寄ってくるなら絶対白い髪のままの方がいい。天音さんもそんなくだらない人たちを放っておけば。
Damn, chill, girl. You're being extra emotional here. Oh,
びっくりした。こんな時間にクラクション。
what the heck?
待ってください。車寄せに誰か。吉野さんみたいです。
ねえ、イチコ、クリームは塗り終わった？
あ、すみません。終わりがわからないんですが、濡れていないところはもうないかと。なんですか？こちらを向かなくても前髪もちゃんと。
Yeah, we get some new art.
そうじゃなくて、これから少し時間を置くでしょ？その間は向き合って話したいの。
Oh, hey, Oroko. Hello. I need to actually add the alert command because I see a good bunch of people using it. I need to remember using that. Or rather, adding that on stream elements. But yeah, howdy.
いえ、ダメってことはないですけど。
Not sure where I should be looking. It was more embarrassing than I thought.
けど、何？
いえ、それよりお嬢様はこれからも黒髪を続けるつもりなんですか？
Well, she has been doing it for years, so yes, obviously.
もちろんよ。仕事としても意味のあることだもの。
She's considering this as work? What a strange occupation then.
それに、とても気に入っているの。お母様の髪と同じ、艶のあるガラスパイの。
そう言われると、もう何も言えませんけど。でも、やっぱりちょっと悔しい。
ダメよ、イチコ。せっかくこっちを向いたのに。うつむかないで。もっとよく顔を見せて。
Her face looked much more hot and red than usual. Her cheeks and eyelids had a rose-colored hue, and even her eyes looked hot as they looked at me. I feel like my eyes are melting. Ah, her eyelashes and eyebrows are black. So strange. So beautiful.
いちこの顔好きよ。前にも言ったかしら。怒っていても拗ねていても魅力的。もちろん絵を描いている時の真剣な表情も、考え事をしている時の難しそうな表情も。
Oh damn. All right then.
でも私が一番好きなのは、私に見とれている時の顔。綺麗よ、いちこ。自分で見られないのがかわいそうに思えるくらい。でも今私の瞳を覗けば自分でも見られるかも。
お嬢様。
ほら、よく見て。もっと近くで。
The girl she's gonna explode, I bet. Our fingertips slightly touched on the rim of the bathtub.
かわいい、いちこ。
I wasn't even running, but I still felt like I was out of breath. This is so weird and embarrassing. I mean, listen, girl, you were already imagining and touching her throat. You are already smitten by this girl, Ichiko. I couldn't handle it anymore, so I averted my gaze. The ends of her long, soft hair swayed in the bathtub. Yeah, you ain't fooling anyone, Ichiko. Oh, who the hell is that?
Amane-san?
Oh, it's Amane.
あかり、遅かったね。
Hmm?
ええ、杉田社長が返してくださらなくて。でも天音さんの言う通り顔を出してよかった。
Uh-oh. Well, well,
天音
well.
さん、その顔どうして怒ってるの？
どうして知っているだろう。
Very
私は
sus.
待つのが嫌いなんだ。
I hate waiting? Wait, what's going on?
そんな。
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Very sus. Very sus. But it's okay. This is not NSFW. Don't worry. Damn, okay. So, interestingly enough, he has a relationship with his secretary. I mean, you know, his wife is not here anymore, so I guess he does these kind of things. But the fact that he's angry about this shows to me that he's not as soft-spoken as you think he is. Very sus. I agree, Rayquaza. Very, very sus. I fell in love for the first time when I was 8. I was in love with the neighborhood mailman. Damn it, Ichiko. It was during the 6 months I was transferred to a child care center in Ueno for reasons I still don't know to this day. He had the most gentle smile and would always wave back whenever he saw me. I always used to wonder when he would come on any given day. He would come to visit again the next day. It couldn't be anything other than love. But if that's the case...
いちこ、動かないで。
Oh, she's here. This isn't love. It's just all too different. My body has been hot, and I've been in a daze all day. And rather than feeling excited, my chest feels tight and painful. Never felt like this before.
このマニキュアって乾くのにどれくらいかかるんですか？
そうね、30分くらいかしら。
そんなに？
乾くのを待つ間も一緒にいてあげるからいいでしょ。次は左足ね。いちこの愛よ、肌がふわふわ、柔らかい。
Tootsies? Interesting phrasing in English, at least?
くすぐったいです。だいたい愛よってお嬢様より背は低いけど、私ももう大人ですよ。
いいえ、私と比べればいちこはまだ赤ん坊よ。でしょ。
Looking down from the bed, I could see Arya sitting on the floor with her legs crossed as she looked up at me.
それは違うと思います。私たちはただ年が離れているだけで。
なーに、続けて。
As we looked into each other's eyes, she gently pinched and played with my foot with her cold fingers. She's so mean. She knows I can't concentrate if she touches me.
左足も塗るなら早く。
Knowing that I'd given up on arguing, Arya flashed a satisfied smile and let her long hair flow down her back, as if she were getting ready for something. She smelled so nice and soft. Her white neck was now exposed too. She again talking about the neck. That's right, her mole.
お嬢様、実は私、お嬢様の本当の年齢を聞いてからどうしても気になっていることがあるんです。あまねさんのことなんですが、一つ聞いてもいいですか？
お父様のこと？ええ、構わないけれど。
じゃあ、あまねさんは本当にお嬢様の父親なんでしょうか？
いいえ、もちろん違うけれど、その話もこの間したでしょ。
Well, there it is. He isn't her real dad.
え、全然してないです。
そう？両親の話をしたからてっきり。だったら、ええ、あまねと私に血のつながりは一切ないわ。
Arya spoke of this as if she shook up a small bottle of nail polish, as if the topic was no big deal to talk about.
彼はね、もともとは。
His real name is Amane Toda. Ah, so he's the caretaker? But why is he having the Iwakura name now? Amane was hired by Arya's real father, Tsunetomo, when he was 14 to come to work at the residence as a servant. He helped out at the company Tsunetomo managed, and also helped take care of Arya after she was born.
父は長く病気を患っていて、母の死と戦争で精神的にも。あまねがいてくれなければ、この屋敷も本家に取り上げられていたでしょうね。父はあまねをすごく信頼していたの。だから自分の亡き後は全てあまねに任せると。私たちが親子として生活しているのはその方が楽だからよ。男女二人だけで住んでいても妙な詮索を受けることもないでしょ。
お嬢様、何でも話してくださるんですね。
だってもう隠すことなんかないんだもの。 他にも気になることがあるのなら、今のうちに聞いてちょうだい。
I actually want to know more.
だったら点検会で天音さんはどういう立場なんですか？ご両親が信徒だったなら、天音さんがお嬢様の父親じゃないことは知られていますよね。
ええ、そもそも両親に点検会への入信を勧めたのが天音だったの。もともと信徒だった彼が子宝に恵まれない母を不憫に思ったそうよ。だから私たちに血のつながりがないことを知っている人は多かったけれど、天音も幼少期は祖師から神の子として扱われていたそうなの。それもあって天音が私の父として振る舞い始めた時は、むしろ納得している人が多かった。かつて神の子だった天音が同じ神の子である私の父なのだから。今となっては私たちを実の親子だと思っている信徒も多いけれど、それでも嘘は嘘。
So we now know that Arya has her inability to feel pain and the ability to age slowly. But what's Amane's special power? We don't know yet.
その嘘のおかげで、お父様には外でいろいろと苦労があるのでしょうけれど、私はずっと屋敷の中にいるから、さほど困ることもない。
Arya doesn't seem to be annoyed in the slightest by me asking all of this, and at times even stopped to add additional details as she recalled them. When I first met her, seeing as she was the beautiful girl who lives in the beautiful house, I assumed that she was living a carefree life that anyone would be envious of. I really had no idea what I was talking about. You can't learn anything about someone by simply looking at their appearance or the home in which they live. After coming to this realization, I wanted to know even more about her. I wanted to talk to her more, touch her more, learn more things about her. The more defenseless someone is, the greedier people get. Yeah, so yeah, pretty much they're not related. It was kind of like hinted with the photograph, right? And the fact that he is like casually letting her give her blood and, her fingernails to like the people of the cult that they're in, because they are the children of God, well, according to them. But learn more about her. Correct. That is true. We did learn more about her. It was a few days into August. I opened the door to the sunroom and to let in some fresh air, and the smell of the wet soil after a fresh rain began to fill the room. I wonder if the guest coming today is from the Tenkenkai. 2 guests have visited the residence since I learned about what really goes on here, and I heard that both of them were Amane's acquaintances. I didn't know if it was just a coincidence or if they were just trying to be considerate. I haven't heard anything about the guest coming today, which makes me think that is going to happen. I couldn't sit still thinking about it. I wiped the table down and ran the vacuum cleaner, and the windows still look clean, but can't seem to erase the images of what took place in this room from my mind.
私ってなんでこうなんだろう。覗き見なんて悪趣味なことをするから
いちこ、掃除はまだ終わらないの？爪を整えてもらおうと思って部屋で待っていたのに。
It looks kind of angry.
もしかして自分でやったんですか？これじゃあちょっと。
なあに？いちこが戻らないのが悪いんじゃない？
それはだって
わかった。まだ何か気になることがあるんでしょ
いえ、そういうわけでは。
Even know where I should be looking, so my eyes dart all over the place.
そう。私の目も見られなくなるようなことなのね。
I need to figure out something before she gets even more upset. Ugh, jeez, fine. I'll just say everything.
私、前にここでお嬢様が信徒の方とおかしなことをしているのを見てしまったんです。
おかしなこと？
はい。きっと施しだったんだと思います。でもどうしてもその姿が頭から離れなくて。あれは普通のことなんでしょうか？男の人がお嬢様の足に顔を。
いつのことかはわからないけれど、そういうこともあるでしょうね。そこが信徒の苦しみや痛みの根源と重なる場所なら。
そうなんですね。でもどうしても嫌な触れ方に見えて。
Yeah, they were kind of touching her in a weird way, which is pretty creepy. Just want to tell her that I don't want to see them touching her like that. But this isn't the time or the place.
ねえ、いちこ。
Oh my god, that is loud.
お客様でしょうか？まだ時間じゃないのに。私見てきます。
ええ、お願い。
Jeez. I shouldn't have said anything. Just try to not think about it anymore. This isn't a world that I will be able to comprehend. I only need to pay attention to Miss Aria when she's together with me, and that's it.
はい、今出ます。
Damn, that is one hell of a loud buzzer.
あの日、いちこは見ていたのね。
Uh-oh. That's very ominous.
完璧ね。
Arya looked over the newly framed painting of the Dahlia that had just arrived with a very satisfied look on her face.
衣装部屋に飾るつもりなの。どう？いいと思わない？
私の絵をあの部屋に飾ってくれるんですか？
当然よ。絵は飾って楽しむものだもの。こんなに素敵なのにしまうなんてとんでもないわ。
so happy to think she would hang my art in this dreamlike space. Hey stranger, how you doing? However, I keep spotting something that has been interfering with that joy since I first saw it. It's none other than the large white canvas that got delivered with the frame. It's not exactly life-size, but still. What about me? I'm doing okay. We're understanding a little bit more on how this story is going, and yeah, it is a bit strange. I will say that.
次はこっち。どんな絵にしましょうか。肖像画のようなものか、少し動きがあるものか。
Sense of movement, huh?
それは任せるわ。私はイチコの感性で描かれた絵が見たいから。だけど一つだけお願いがあるの。
What is it?
お願い？なんでしょう。
顔でも体でもいいけれど、私のどこかイチコが一番綺麗だと思うパーツが際立つ作品にしてほしいの。それが後ろ姿なら顔がなくたって構わないわ。
She wants me to choose which part of her is the most beautiful? Here's her hair, eyes, nose, lips, chin, neck, arms, fingers, nails, legs. God damn, you listed almost all of her body parts. Damn. Yeah, get some help, girl. Yeah, you need to get some help.
「ちなみにお嬢様が一番気に入っているところは？」
教えない。ずるしちゃダメよ、イチコ。あなたが選んで。私のどこが一番好きか。触って確かめてみてもいいのよ。
Mm-hmm.
触って？
そう。この手で。
Oh. Wait. It's not that her hands are especially cold today. It's just that mine are really hot. Are you, so you liking it so far? Yeah. This is a pretty good story. I like it. I mean, it's developed by mages. Like, they are pretty much like one of the best when it comes to visual novels. So.
おや、もう届いたのか。
Ah, there's Amane.
あまねさん、お帰りなさいませ。
Well, hello there.
あ、ただいま。5日はかかりそうだと言っていたけれど、早かったな。例の電話を入れておかないと。
お父様、お客様と一緒に戻ったの？
うん。もう部屋にお通ししたよ。少し早いけれど、そろそろ降りてこられるかい？
ええ、それじゃあ。イチコ、絵の話はまた後でね。
No, she's leaving. As soon as that thought entered my mind, my hand just started reaching out for her. Without hesitation, I grabbed at her gently fluttering skirt. Wow.
なあに一緒に来たいの？
あ、いいえ。
そう。大丈夫よ。すぐに戻るわ。
Those words, she gently stroked my cheek with her index finger. Maybe if I just go with her. Sounds of her footsteps got quieter. No. I remember that I told myself before I wouldn't think about that stuff anymore, so I gently closed the door to the drawing room. That evening, a big, slightly eyed crescent moon floats in the night sky as sprinkles of rain begin to fall. I wonder if the moon gets wet too. Interesting. Okay. I spaced out as I stared down at the beautiful garden, at which point a strange observation popped into my mind.
不思議ね。雲はほとんどないのに、どこから雨が降っているのかしら。
Good question. Arya suddenly appeared beside me and muttered these words. Her tightly bandaged hand was resting on the windowsill. I felt this secret sense of relief as I looked up and saw her big, bright eyes staring out of the windows as the pale moonlight radiated in them like it was the surface of a pond. Seeing her beautiful profile like this reminded me of the first time I laid eyes on her.
綺麗ですね。
そうね。
月が好きなんですか？
ええ。好きよ。絶対に届かない場所が目に見えているのが面白いから。
You know, it's kind of interesting to hear like Arya speaking in this very soft-spoken voice. And when I remember her Seiyu, aka her VA, also voices Sakura from Naruto. Oh boy.
見える天国みたいじゃない？
見える天国。
そう。月を見上げていると安心できるの。ここで。
Found myself hit with a wave of nostalgia when I heard those words. Whenever I was at the orphanage, I always used to daydream about being whisked away to a far-off land. I told myself that there had to be a better place for us out there than here. Finally, after all of that, I ended up in this mansion. I guess since Arya has been here for her entire life, she doesn't see this house as the same better place that I do.
最後に出かけたのはいつですか？どこかへ買い物に行ったりとか。
そうね。あれは何年前だったかしら。もう。
え、そんなに？
ええ。覚えているのは、外で体調が悪くなって倒れてしまったことだけ。それ以来、外出が億劫になってしまって。
Yeah, I guess that explains why she has like a very frail stature.
でも、イチコはそろそろどこかへ出かけたいんじゃない？いくら広くてもずっと屋敷にいるのは窮屈でしょ？どこか行きたい場所はないの？
今は特に。でもお嬢様と一緒ならどこへだって行きたいです。今度散歩に出てみませんか？近くに大きな庭園がありましたよね。確か陸義園。そこなら具合が悪くなってもすぐに戻ってこられますし、一度遊びに行ってみませんか
Just thinking about the idea was enough to get my heart rate up. However, Arya looked rather disinterested as she moved away from the window and sat down on the side of the bed.
お嬢様？
ごめんなさい。あまりそそられなくって。今みたいに一緒に月を見ているだけでもいい。体調のことなんか少しも考えずに、こうしてここで触れ合っている方がきっとずっと楽しいわ。
Just like I did to her earlier in the afternoon, Arya reached out and grabbed at my main uniform. Arya looked up at me with that sweet, doting look in her eyes, and a strange noise escaped from my throat.
いちこは違うの？こうしているだけじゃつまらない？
私は。
As I was being drawn towards her slightly parted lips, I gently touched her little face. I was going to say something more, but I had completely lost my train of thought. I want it. I want to touch her lips right now. Oh, she's going in, I guess.
お嬢様。
The tip of our noses, which came very close to touching once before, finally brushed against each other. I can't keep it in anymore. What's happening? That exact moment, I realized my mouth was already open. Oh, well then. Well, like I said, this is escalating rather quickly.
好きです。お嬢様。好き。
Well, there she said it.
いちこ。ダメよ。
Well, there you go. Her sweet breath graced my contour. Then, just as our lips were about to meet, she pinched my mouth shut so tight, I thought my eyes were going to pop out of my head.
急に何するんですか？
だって、いちこがキスしようとするんだもの。
それは、お嬢様だって。
そうね。けれどいちこはまだ子供だから。こういうことはもう少し大人になってからじゃないと。
Yeah, don't rush into it.
そんな、今それを言うんですか？
あら、正しいことはいつ言ったって構わないでしょ？初めて見る顔。その顔も可愛いわよ、いちこ。
I absolutely hate it when she teases me like that. All that body heat that had built up was escaping all over my body. I should be absolutely fuming, but instead, I actually feel strangely comfortable. Wait, I said that I love her, didn't I? When the reality of what I just said had dawned me, my cheeks lit up like a forest fire. Damn. That's a bit of a euphoria, romantic euphoria that caused you to say that. But Arya isn't looking at me as if she's poking fun at me. Instead, she narrows her eyes as she looks at me with that doting look on her face. Normally, she'd be giggling at me with that hint of pity in her voice.
お嬢様。
え、なに？
好きです。
Oh, well, she said it again.
知ってる。
Arya gently kissed the back of my hand as it softly slid into hers. That night, I confessed my love for her once again. Damn, all right. It's going to take a bit of a while in order to see if it will work out. God, that laugh. That's the laugh of someone who is smitten by someone. Couldn't stop grinning as I made my morning preparations. Been like this for a few days now, ever since I told Arya how I felt with my own words. Love, that was all I could think about. I don't even really care if this is really love or something else, but if it really is love, I guess that would be my first time feeling such a thing. Because I since forgotten about everything else. In that moment, any other times I may have felt that feeling and the memories associated with it were wiped from my mind. I wonder when Miss Arya will wake up today. I don't care what time it is. I just hope I can enjoy a meal with her today. My body was so light that I felt I might float away. After all, there's nobody here that's going to make fun of me for feeling like this. I don't have to make excuses to anyone. I can just enjoy the presence of the beautiful person that is here with me. Besides, I'm sure Miss Arya would think about me.
電話が鳴ってる？こんな早い時間に海外からかな。
Damn, the interruption. I spaced out a little thinking about this, when suddenly I heard it ring again. After that, it kept on ringing and ringing for a while.
あまねさん？失礼します。
Amaya should be here, but looking around the room, he was nowhere to be found. The phone continued to ring off the hook. That's odd. Maybe he didn't come home last night? I turned to look around towards the bathroom, but there was no sign of anyone there either.
切れた。また？緊急の電話かな？
The phone continued to ring as I stood there hesitating, but eventually I reached out and grabbed the receiver. Club Ginza Ayame?
あ、岩倉。えらい熟睡してはったんやね。モーニングコール、うちに頼んで正解やわ。酒豪の色男に付き合うて、女の子みんな潰れてしもうたんよ。
So, he goes to host clubs?
あら、あなた、どなた？すみません、岩倉の女中です。あまねさんはまだいえ、席を外しておりまして。さようか、そら、えらいすんません。そやったら、またいつでもいらしてねって伝えてくれはるやろか。ようさんサービスしますからねって。
Well, You know, for a child of God, quote unquote, you sure are doing something that might not be very pleasing to God, unless your God is pretty much okay of going into nightclubs or host clubs.
もちろんです。おおきに。ほな、失礼します。なんかドキドキした。
Demon Lady, I've seen Slay the Princess enough to know where this is going. Pulls out a sword. Yeah, this is a little bit different from Slay the Princess, though, but it is still interesting. How you doing, by the way, Kenny? Oh, sorry. A sexy voice and an unfamiliar dialect. Getting a taste of what the adult world was like over the phone got me pretty excited. Ginza Ayame, huh? I guess even straight-laced guys like Mr. Amane like to go to nightclubs sometimes. Oh, it's a nightclub, not a host club, but regardless. I thought he was a total workaholic, so I felt kind of surprised to know that there was this other side to him. Excuse me. With that in mind, I quietly made my way out of the room. Ah, there's Sui.
おはよう。おはよう、スイ。あれ、少し肌焼けた？
Sunburned?
気づいた？昨日中学の頃の同級生に急に連れ出されて湘南まで行ってきたんだ。楽しかったけど肌がヒリヒリで。
海か、いいね。昨日は休みだったの？
そう、お兄ちゃんに代わりに来てもらってたんだけど気づかなかった？
全然。昨日はずっと2階で。
2階で？何してたの？
いや、その掃除を。
Sure, she would think that it's weird if I told her that I was with Arya in the bath and sat with her while I read her a book, right?
あれ、それ指輪？
外すの忘れてた。
珍しいね、スイがアクセサリーなんて。今までつけてたことあったっけ？
まさか。料理するし普段は絶対つけないよ。ただこれは昨日露店で見つけてね、可愛いなって眺めてたら、その一緒に行った友達が似合うからってプレゼントしてくれて。
She smiled, looking a little embarrassed as she slipped the ring into her pocket.
その人ってもしかしてスイのこと？
どうだろう。それはまだわかんないけど、来週も遊ぼうって。とりあえず今はそんな感じ？
Yeah, you might get that special someone, see? You deserve it. You're a good girl.
まあ私のことはいいんだけど。
まだいろいろ聞きたいのに。
今日は時間がないからこの話はまた今度ね。あ、そうだ、それより。
She's blushing. It seems like she's happy at least. Her friend sure seems like a nice person.
あまねさんの新車かっこいいね。ピカピカの白で見とれちゃった。
新車？
さっきすれ違って。あれ、見間違いかな。運転席に乗ってたのあまねさんだと思ったけど。
スイ君、
あまねさん、お久しぶりです。
よかった。会えなければ今からお店まで行こうかと。
あまねさんのその申し訳なさそうな話し方、ひょっとして突発のパーティーですか？
さすがお見通しだね。 明日と明後日どうにかお願いできないかな。
時間は
明日は午後6時、明後日は午後5時。どうだろう。
午後6時と午後5時ですね。今から帰って仕込みの時間と何人手伝いを確保できるか父と相談してみます。どうにかするので任せてください。
ありがとう。恩に着るよ。
いいえ、いちこごめん。朝食の支度、あとたくあんだけだから頼んでいい？
うん、もちろん。
ありがとう。じゃあ後で電話します。
She waved vigorously at us as she made her way out of the back door. A party? I guess this would be the first one they had since I discovered the preparation room. I always thought it was Mr. Amane's work associates who were coming to these. Wonder who will be joining us this time.
スイ君は頼りになるね。もちろんイチコ君も。また数日慌ただしくなるだろうけれど、よろしく頼むよ。
あ、はい。私も頑張ります。
おや、緊張しているのかい？大丈夫だよ。明日も明後日も仕事上の付き合いのものだから、そこかしこに血が飛ぶなんてことはないさ。
He's casually saying that. He tells such terrible jokes with a straight face, just like Miss Aria. I guess that kind of thing happens when you spend that much time together. Seeing me let out a bitter smile, Hamane flashed a joyous smile at me in return. However, a moment later, I suddenly felt an ice-cold stare as he looked down at me, and in that moment, my body completely froze up. What's going on? He's smiling, but I don't see it in his eyes, not even a little bit. Maybe it's just his prosthetic eye that's throwing me off? Still, even just looking at his one moving eye, I could feel that he was clearly trying to suppress me.
私何か。
そうだ。また給料や手当についても話さないとね。
Sheesh. Maybe I'm overthinking this.
もうこんな時間か。今日は午後から仕事が立て込んでいるから、少し仮眠を取らないと。失礼するよ。
そうだ。そういえば今朝電話が。
電話？
銀座あやめのさゆりさんという方からです。またいつでもいらしてくださいと。
そうか。ありがとう。でも、今後電話には出ないでくれ。いつ誰から連絡があるかわからないからね。私の預かり知らぬところで相手に失礼があっては困る。
そうですよね。勝手なことをすみません。
いいんだ。それじゃあ。
Come to think of it, this happened once before. Wait, I don't think now is a good time to bring that up. Amane really was the type of person who would clearly point out your shortcomings. That look he just gave me didn't feel like he was upset about something. While I was relieved, I couldn't help but feel dejected too. After all, I haven't been scolded all that much since I got here. To think, I used to be able to handle people yelling at me so well. It really makes me question if I should let myself get used to such a gentle environment. I want to keep spending quality time with Miss Aria. I'm sure I need to make sure I don't screw up and disappoint Mr. Amane with work stuff.
気を取り直して頑張ろう。
Okay, gamba gamba, do your best. The next day,
お嬢様、何か手伝うことはありませんか？
Things were getting hectic downstairs as the guests began to arrive, so I went upstairs to Aria's room to help her get ready.
髪を整えるなら今のうちに。あれ、お嬢様？
She's not in here. Maybe she's in the bathroom?
今の音。お嬢様、衣装部屋ですか？
ええ、ここよ。今行くわ。
What is she doing in there? Getting changed? Maybe she found a stain on her dress or something?
お待たせ、いちこ。
Oh, that's a nice looking dress. Green colored and some flowers.
お嬢様、何ですかその服。
何って、私のお気に入りじゃない。あんなに褒めてくれたのに、もう忘れてしまったの？
いえ、それはもちろん覚えてますけど。
それならよかった。たまには自分の好きな服を着るのも悪くないかと思って。うん。やっぱり白より似合う気がする。見て、自分で着られたの。飾りボタンまで完璧よ。どう？
She was beaming with a confident smile, then turned away from me before I even had the chance to give my answer. She then sat down in front of the dresser and grabbed a big hairbrush. She hardly ever wore makeup, but it seemed like she was going to wear some today. Asking me if she looks pretty like that. Of course she does. Still, I wonder why she's getting more dolled up than normal today. Up until now, I've only ever seen her wear that dress in front of me, and only me. Now she's going to be showing it off to all these people. I hated that. Felt like little bugs were crawling around in my stomach.
いちこが爪の手入れをしてくれたばかりだから、今日は頭からつま先まで完璧よ。なんだかすごく気分がいいわ。
She's even going out of her way to wear some perfume. There must be a very special guest coming today. This is so frustrating. I should have been just honest with her. But after hearing about how good she's feeling, I don't want to rain on her parade. There's no way I could.
おっきなため息。いちこ、大丈夫？アリアさんと喧嘩でもした？つい。ただ、ちょっと疲れちゃって。
Guests started showing up about 30 minutes ago, at which point I ran off into the kitchen. I knew it was almost time for me to start serving guests, but just thinking about what's going on out there made me very reluctant to even move. The events from the last party won't stop replaying in my head. Maybe I was already in love with Miss Aria by that point. Seeing her surrounded by those men was just so gross and frustrating. Not to mention the medicine I found. I've been enjoying my days so much recently that I didn't even think about any of that until now. This is awful. Feeling the way I do. If I see her surrounded by those men like I did last time, I think I might just go crazy. But I still have a job to do. Guess I should get a move on.
だったら私給仕変わるよ。こっちはもう少しで落ち着くし。いいの？でも遠慮しなくていいって。私は全然。
Damn, so you're a real one.
いちこさん。
吉野さん、お疲れ様です。
ここにいたのね。お客様がグラスを割ってしまわれたの。片付けをお願いできる？
いちこ、どうする？体調が悪いなら。 平気。行ってくるね。
Ugh, your timing is horrible. Maybe today's just not my day? As I made my way out of the kitchen towards the dining room, I saw several groups of guests standing in circles as they chatted and laughed with one another. I slipped past some guys exchanging business cards and made my way to the storage room to grab the cleaning supplies. Then I finally made my way to the dining room, where I was told the broken glass was. Yes, that's where it is. I noticed a wide open space that felt unnaturally empty. Yep, that's where it is. There's spilled drinks and glass everywhere. I wonder where Miss Aria went. Mr. Amane is not around either. So maybe they're together somewhere? I really wouldn't want to see what's going on. So why am I thinking about looking for them? I glanced around the room as I continued cleaning up the mess. Then I returned my gaze to the floor that was littered with shards of broken glass. Sheesh. This thing shattered into a billion pieces. Even if they are an invited guest, the least they could have was apologize for the mess.
いやー、あんなに綺麗なお嬢さんがいるとはね。映画女優に混じっても頭一つ抜ける美人さんだ。
Ah, they must be talking about Miss Aria.
しかし、あれだけの美貌でなんで騒がれていないんだ？曲がりなりにも家族の血筋なんだろ？知っている記者はいないのかね？
ここだけの話、何か重い病を抱えているとか、一族の恥なんでしょう。あちこちに箝口令が敷かれているのかも。
What the? These guys are clueless.
なるほど。しかし、もったいないな。子供が産めるんなら、ぜひ具足を紹介したいものだけど。お？
失礼いたしました。
ん？この女中、いつからここにいました？まるで忍者みたいだな。
Screw these guys. Just making up a bunch of nonsense like that. Don't mention Miss Aria's name in your gross conversation. Oh, she is mad. I hate this. I really don't want to be here. I just have to hurry up and finish cleaning up. I did my absolute best to suppress all the rage I was feeling. Stood up and started to leave the room. That exact moment. Sorry. Spotted Arya standing by herself outside the window. Her light skin stood out in the dark garden like a flower that only bloomed at night. It felt like these horrible people would trample all over her at any moment, then leave her to wilt anyway. Ugh, so stupid hiding away in the kitchen like that. There's no time to be acting jealous. I need to be her side. I need to be by her side and protect her. I don't want her to be around these people, not even for a second. I'll take this opportunity to get her out of here.
アリアさん、見てください。綺麗に撮れましたよ。
本当かしら。ワインのシミが簡単に落ちるとは思えないのだけれど。
Arya looked amused as she narrowed her eyes at the man who came running up to talk with her. That exact moment, who is this guy? Is he supposed to be someone special?
年下のお嬢さんの前で恥ずかしいな。僕って本当に仕事以外はからっきしで。
Oh, oops, sorry. Ugh, get out of here with your stupid face. All these men make the same stupid face when they talk to Arya. He's so close. Get away from her. Even when she looks away from him, they still gawk at her like they are expecting something. Get away from her. You make me sick, you nasty son of a bitch.
動かないでください。髪に糸くずが。
that moment, I lost my composure and ran out of the dining room. This moment, I had lost my composure and ran out of the dining room. I was tightly gripping the rag that I had used to wrap up the broken glass. I left all the cleaning supplies near the entrance to the sunroom. I left all of the cleaning supplies near the entrance to the sunroom. Reserves. And they went out to the. Oh wait, this is about cleaning supplies. I left all of the cleaning supplies near the entrance to the sunroom. Then went out to the terrace. Here we go. Off in the distance, I could see Aria's back was turned to me. The man standing opposite her had a grin so big I could see it from here, and he was touching her arm like he was really familiar with her. That sound. My emotionally charged footsteps came to a halt. Oh, it's gardener guy. Eh? It's the gardener? What is he doing out here after dark? He stared at me with this dumbfounded look on his face, and without a word, slipped back into the depths of the garden.
いちこ、
お嬢様。
I turned around to discover both the young man and Arya looking right at me. Arya tilted her head as she stared at me as the young man standing behind her gulped down the contents of his glass with a very annoyed look on his face. Arya tilted back her head as she stared at me like the young man standing behind her gulped down the contents of the glass with a very annoyed look on his face. He must have thought things were finally getting good for him. Serves him right. Seeing his face like that made all the emotions swirling around me come roaring back to the surface.
失礼します。どうしてもお嬢様とお話しされたいという方がお待ちです。次の予定があるそうで、もう時間が。
あら、どなたかしら。ごめんなさい、行かなくちゃ。よければ待っていてくださる？次のご予定が終わりなら長くはかからないはずよ。
もちろん、いくらでも。
いちこ、その方はどちらにいらっしゃるの？
こちらです。暗いので足元に気をつけてくださいね。
As I led Arya away, I stealthily looked back towards him. He looked real pleased with himself, completely unaware of his false sense of joy. Completely oblivious to my nasty stare, he proceeded back towards the window to the dining room and ordered a drink from the waitstaff. The sound of vulgar conversations and annoying music gradually began to fade away. Her long hair swayed in the evening breeze, and her perfume, whose scent I should know by now, it smelled even stronger today.
その方、お名前は聞いていないの？もうお車にいらっしゃるのかしら？
Surely there won't be anyone meandering around over here, so we should be able to be alone for a bit.
お嬢様。
I gently held Arya's hand as I led her over. Once we stopped, she turned around and glazed me with a very inquisitive look. I put on a big smile as I could.
そういうこと。さっきのは嘘なのね。
seemed like Arya understood exactly what I was doing, and made it clear that she was a bit annoyed.
だってあんな男の相手はしたくないでしょ。いやらしい目で見るし、ベタベタ触るし、お客様じゃなかったらはっ倒してやりたいくらいです。お嬢様？
私、戻るわね。彼を待たせているから。
Convinced myself that she would be thrilled to get away from him, or at the very least, a little relieved. But her reaction was not something I could have ever imagined, and my heart began to beat in a very unpleasant manner. Is she upset with me? Why? I mean, I saved her from a bad situation.
待ってください。せっかく抜け出せたのにわざわざ戻るんですか？
ええ。イチコにはこのパーティーがただの遊びに見えているのかもしれないけれど、これはお父様の仕事に関わる大事な社交の場よ。お客様にこの姿を見せるのが私の仕事。前にも話したでしょ。
それはでも仕事でも嫌なものは嫌でしょ。顔や体ばかりジロジロ見られて、それでもずっと愛想笑いしているなんて。
愛想笑いなんかしていないわ。みんな私を笑わせるためなら何だってするの。それが全部つまらないわけじゃない。さっきの彼だってそうよ。
That's not Ichiko's true intentions. She just is jealous if she sees her with anyone, male or female.
イチコよりずっと面白いかも。
Ooh, that was a zinger. That's gotta hurt.
それどういう。
とにかく私は彼のところに戻るから、あなたも早く仕事に戻って。
嫌です。今のどういう意味ですか？
ついてこないで。
お嬢様。
触らないで。
そんなにあの人がいいんですか？あんな人、お嬢様の顔と体にしか興味がないのに。
それは彼だけじゃないでしょ。イチコだって同じじゃない。
Well, she got you there.
そんな、私は。
まさか自分は違うとでも思っているの？だったらイチコは今まで女性に恋をしたことはあった？私が綺麗じゃなくても好きになった？本気でそう思う？
そんなこと言うなら、お嬢様だって私が絵を描けなかったら人間扱いもしてくれなかったくせに。
Oh no, they're fighting.
そうよ。だから私は彼もあなたも軽蔑しない。もういいかしら。
よくないです。なんでそんなに怒るんですか？
イチコこそ何がそんなに気に入らないの？男性と話すなというのなら、私は信徒とも話せなくなるわ。
待ってください。私は話すななんて一言も。
ああ、 そうだったわね。別に会話は問題じゃない。それに私が誰かに刺されるのだって構わない。
そうじゃ。急に何を。
あら、これも違う？自分の目に入りさえしなければ刺されても触れられても構わないが正しいのかしら。でも見ていても我慢できる日はあったのよね。今日とその日との違いは何？
I could feel my throat start to twitch and my body tremble, seeing her eyes waver with emotion for the very first time. Arya said exactly what she wanted to say. That much was crystal clear to me. Why was she talking about getting stabbed just now? Couldn't grasp what her true intentions were. So there I stood, unable to give her an answer. Arya quietly lowered her eyes, seemingly disappointed from my response, or lack thereof. I have to say something. Anything.
今夜はもう顔を見せないで。おやすみ、イチコ。
Her long hair swayed in the evening breeze. However, not even her lingering scent graced my nose. That was probably because the winds of change had begun to blow. I wish I could turn back time to before the party started. Wasn't supposed to be like this. I was just...
ただ、嫉妬しただけ。
It's been 3 days since then. Barely spoken to Arya other than when I go wake her up, when we're eating, or when greeting guests as they come in. I want to have a proper talk with her, but I can't even look her in the eye knowing that she thinks that I'm the same as those guests who do those things to her. I wish I could say that I wasn't attracted to her because of her looks, but no matter what the reason, it would all be just a big fat lie.
苦しい。
It's 3 in the afternoon, and a gentle breeze blew through the room as the sunlight filtered in through the trees. The gentle summer days went on, whether Arya was by my side or not. Things didn't turn out that way. Could have spent so much time with her over the past few days. I let out a deep sigh as I stared at the big white canvas in front of me. My favorite part of her, what I find most beautiful about her. I like her long, cold fingers. But what I really like best are those big, beautiful moonlight capturing. I remembered her big eyes wavering with emotion.
ダメ。今は書けない。
No matter how many times I think about the almsgiving I saw, I just can't make sense of it. Does someone like Miss Arya, who possessed this incredible power, even care what someone like me thinks? What was she trying to say, talking about what I can and can't stand? Was she saying that my actions are no different from the guests, so I should just shut up and deal with whatever I see?
あんなに怒るなら、もっとわかりやすく言ってくれてもいいのに。
My brain felt completely fried. All I could do at that point was just grumble to myself. I can sit here and agonize all over it all I want, but I don't think I'll be able to understand her. Today, I'll speak to her directly. Start off by apologizing for messing things up with the guest. Then I'll... Whoa. What was that just now? It sounded like something got slammed. I felt vibrations in the wall from the sound of a door being shut, so I left the room to see what was going on. It's quiet. I knew that one of the Tenkai believers was downstairs, but it's been about an hour, so maybe that sound was them leaving. That's when I saw the front door get shut by a gust of wind.
竹下君、竹下。
Whoa! Amane's anger-filled screams echoed through the entire house. I rushed downstairs, sensing that something was definitely not right.
痛い。早く持って行ってくれ。
Whoa, what the hell?
俺の痛みを持っていけ。
Damn, well, chill, brother. What in the world is going on?
この野郎、暴れるな。
A middle-aged man was pinned to the ground by the security guard, screaming like he was stark raving mad. My legs began to tremble as I witnessed this strange sight. But what is that? Blood? Seeing the screaming man's hands stained red as he tried to crawl out from under the guard, my body started moving before I even had time to think.
お嬢様。お嬢様。
いちこ。
Oh. Damn, that's a lot of blood. Avoiding the guard and the crazed man, I ran into the room with Arya, who was kneeling on the floor, slumped against the wall. I could feel every last drop of my stomach acid rise into my throat. I could see the blood gushing out of underneath her white skirt.
ひどい。どうしてこんな。太ももを刺されたんですか。
ええ、こっち。
左。失礼します。
I pulled out the left side of her skirt all the way up and pressed my apron into where I thought the wound was. However, the bleeding didn't slow down the slightest. Oh my god, it's even worse than before. There's no way it's going to stop.
天音様。
きっと門番のところよ。
そんな。どうしよう。私一人じゃ。
落ち着いて。こういうことは時々あるの。
時々ってそんな簡単に。お嬢様。
彼、私を刺す前に手の甲にキスをしたの。どう思う？やっぱり
こんな時に何言って。
この状況ならそんなことどうだっていい？じゃあこの状況じゃなかったら。
She said this to me in such a provocative way, even though I could see the color slowly drain from her face as her lips began to turn pale.
ダメ、血が止まらない。どうしよ
もういいわ。話して。
何を言ってるんですか。今は怒ってる場合じゃ。
だったら私はいつ怒ればいいの？
Arya grabbed my wrist. Putting all her strength into her slender hand, she pulled my hand away from her thigh, as if she was trying to prevent me from stopping the bleeding. You've got to be kidding. Why would she? She's going to die at this rate.
話してください。もうやめて。私はお嬢様が好きなだけなのに。どうして。血が止まらない。お嬢様が死んじゃう。
平気よ。私は死なない。
でもこのままじゃ。
タオルをあるだけ持ってきて。それで必ず血は止まるわ。
タオル。取ってきます。ここを押さえていてください。お願いです。絶対です。
ええ、わかった。いちこ、戻ってきて。 私が失神していても焦らないで。いい？
Owls, quickly! What the?
竹下君、もういいだろう。連れて行きなさい。
はい。
いちこ、早く来て。
息してる。
Arya was sleeping like the dead, so once I felt her breathing when I put her hand near her mouth, couldn't help but let out a huge sigh of relief. I lost count of how many times this has happened over the past few hours. I feel relieved, then my anxieties start to swell up again. It's rinse and repeat. Her face was as cold as a corpse's, and even when I laid my hands on her cheeks, it felt like it was just sapping away my body heat instead of absorbing it.
お嬢様、起きてください。お嬢様。
My body began to tremble uncontrollably. My forehead began to sweat profusely as I gazed down at her pale, doll-like face. She just wouldn't stop bleeding. No matter what we did, it just kept bleeding. Anybody would have thought that she wouldn't make it.
どんな怪我をしても痛くはないけれど、感じるの。最後に近づくと、はっきりわかる。
I gently touched Arya's skin and thought maybe the reason why she doesn't feel pain is because she's so cold. Her condition made her feel like she was so far from death, so I just had an it is what it is view of it. I took everything she said at face value. I never once gave any thought that what she might feel when she's near death, or what that must be like for her. Realizing all of this now came quite a shock for me. I didn't even think about the fact that when she was doing almsgiving, there was always a chance something like this might happen. Every single time a visitor came to see her, she was possibly walking right towards her death. I just... Unable to be in the same room as her as I felt this tidal wave of guilt, I ran back to my room as fast as I could.
私、なんてことを。
I would wave at her, knowing full well that the person in front of me was about to offer her body to another person. What must Arya be thinking, seeing me do this day after day? How does she feel when I get flustered at her seeing her bandages, or when I get jealous about the fact that someone else laid their hands on her? Doesn't matter she's called a so-called child of God, or that she doesn't feel any pain when this happens. As Arya told me that despite all of that, she's still human. Thinking about how cruel I was to her made me want to puke. I ran away from the preparation room the first time I saw it because I felt like my life was in danger. But the reason I didn't run away after I found out everything was because I knew that I was still safe here. I wasn't the one going touched and cut up by strangers. It's because it was someone else. Because it wasn't me. suddenly hit me all at once. I could feel the burning sensation in my esophagus as the events from a horrible incident I endured as a child gradually began to play out in my mind. Oh, flashback.
てめえ、何電気なんかつけてんの。寝ろって言ったろ。この泥棒が人の善意を踏みにじりやがって。
ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい。
聞こえない耳なら俺が切ってやる。これよく切れるぞ。耳なし一子、傑作だな。
Bro is carrying scissors in his hands and is doing that?
助けて。誰か。誰か。
くそ、布団汚しやがったな。
I was only 5 years old. When I was in foster care, I was threatened and physically abused every single day. I would always throw up whenever I get too stressed. That habit continued for over a year after I returned to the orphanage because of my alcoholic, abusive foster father would always be causing trouble, even after the fact. Even though there wasn't a single scar on my body from those times, even now, thinking about it made me want to cry. It was all still the same, even after becoming a member of society. Even though I myself have no scars from people doing whatever they want to my body, just thinking about it made me sick. I have been hurt by people at every turn in my whole life, and yet I wasn't even thinking about what the person I love was feeling. This is bad. I feel like I'm going crazy or something.
そうだ。
Rather than vomiting up my feelings, I decided to make an emotional mess in my sketchbook instead. Help me. My younger self and poor sleeping Arya were all crying out. It hurt so much. I was putting so much force into that pencil that it snapped in half while I was drawing a line.
痛みがなければ、傷が残らなければ、何をされても平気なんて。どうしてそう信じた方が楽だったから。
Even if it's for the benefit of others, how could people in this world tolerate having someone do whatever they please to their body?
ああ、そうだったわね。別に会話は問題じゃない。それに私が誰かに刺されるのだって構わない。あら、これも違う？自分の目に入りさえしなければ刺されても触れられても構わないが正しいのかしら。でも見ていても我慢できる日はあったのよね。今日とその日との違いは何
？She was completely different than me. It must have been painful for Arya to hear how much I liked her and wanted to spend time with her, all while I was unintentionally dismissing her feelings. Even then, she made me believe that I was different from the others, and she shared her pain and all the things she goes through with me. She made her feelings so clear to me, and yet I still didn't understand. All I could think about was how I didn't want her to be with other people and how beautiful she was.
本当に幼稚で最悪だ。
I was completely and utterly disgusted with myself. I just wanted to apologize to Arya and have a proper conversation. I did my best to resist my desire to smash my head through the wall, then turn the lights out. Is Mr. Amani not aware of how she feels? If Miss Arya ever wanted to run away from here, I wonder if she would let me come with her. I gazed out of the window, only to find the moon was covered by a bunch of clouds. I have nowhere to go on my own, so where could I even go with her? As I looked down into the garden shrouded by darkness, I was reminded that reality is no fairy tale. That night, I couldn't come up with a good answer for any of the questions that I had asked myself, so I just impatiently waited around for a new day to come. Well, maybe now you understand Arya a little bit more. Hmm? You smoking a cigar? Alright.
よくもまたろくでもない奴が紛れ込んだものだ。どいつもこいつも死ねばいいのに。
Damn, okay.
いつまで経っても誰一人死にやしない。僕の可愛いアリア、僕だけの美しい子、全部お前のせいだよ。私の愛おしい墜落天使。
Well, this is totally not creepy. I mean, I understand they're not blood related, but it's still kind of creepy.
お嬢様、食事をお持ちしました。
ありがとう。そこに置いておいて。
いえ、まだ食べられそうにないなら後で。
いいの？置いておいて。
わかりました。お嬢様、私。
今は話したくないわ。用が済んだなら下がってちょうだい。
だったら太ももの傷だけ、それだけ確認させてください。
There's still significant bruising, which indicates that there's internal bleeding. Still, thank goodness the wound is almost totally closed.
もういいでしょ。眠りたいの。
わかりました。おやすみなさい、お嬢様。
She wouldn't even look at me. Had I worn out my welcome with her? Sure, things would have been different if I gave her a single word of support during the last week. What could Arya reasonably expect of me after I said nothing when she got upset with me by the fountain, when I stood there and did nothing when she lost consciousness?
そんなの顔も見たくないと思われて当然だ。
Seeing me in the room the moment she opened her eyes must have ticked her off.
おもねさん。
いちこくん、どうだい？アリアの調子は？
いえ、ただサイドテーブルに置いておくようにと。
そうか。あれだけ出血すると体を起こすだけで辛いようだからね。あとは本人に任せて構わないよ。話しかけられるのも疲れるだろうから、回復するまではアリアのペースを守ることが最優先だ。
The words slid out of Amane's mouth like he mentioned them from a script. He rested a hand on my shoulder, then turned away and walked toward the stairs. Wait, that's it? After everything that happened?
あまねさん。
ん？
いえ、私どうしてもいろいろと考えてしまって、 お嬢様がしている施しって思っていたよりもずっと危険なことなんじゃないかって。もちろん私が口を出せるようなことじゃないのはよくわかっているつもりです。でも
いちこくん、君の気持ちはよくわかるよ。私だってアリアが血を流すのをいつも平気で見ているわけじゃないんだ。それでも私はアリアの神の子としての意志を第一に尊重したいと思っている。
Her will as a child of God? So he honestly believes that she's doing all of this on her own free will? I just can't accept that.
それは望みというより使命感だろうね。
Imperative? It was like he was directly responding to my own thoughts, all with a warm smile.
一度信徒も含め周囲との接触を一切絶ったことがあるんだ。もちろんそれもアリアの意志だよ。けれど今ではまたこうして人助けをしている。他者の苦しみに手を差し伸べずにはいられない。力を持った者としての使命感がアリアにはあるんだよ。そこにはもちろん葛藤も苦しみもあるだろう。けれどそれだけに目を向けてアリアを縛り付けることはしたくないんだ。
Ah, I see. I've been so short-sighted. There's no way Mr. Amani hasn't noticed by now. Yet I can't help but wonder if there's another way. We can do more than just sit here and watch Miss Aria suffer, right?
私にはアリアがどうしたいのかが何よりも大事なんだ。もしまた気持ちが変わることがあれば、その新たな意志を実現できるよう私も全力を尽くすつもりだ。その時は、いちこくんにも手助けをお願いするかもしれない。
私にできることなら何でもします。
ありがとう。昨日のことも心から感謝しているよ。アリアも君みたいな友人がそばにいてくれて、きっと心強いはずだ。
Oh.
もうこんな時間か。まあいい。もしまだいちこくんに不安があるなら、下で話を。
いえ、もう十分です。ありがとうございます。
そうか。それじゃあ、見送りは結構。夜には戻るから、アリアを頼むね。
Friend. Amane's words soothe my anxious mind. I'm just a housemaid, yet he always treats me with such kindness and grace. My impression of him has certainly changed since we first met. I'm sure there are sides to him I know nothing about. He never seems to be anyone but himself, though. He's always so genuine and sincere. Well, I don't know about that. After the hints that we've seen of his personality, that this whole nice guy is just a ruse, a facade, potentially. Yeah, I don't know if I could believe that, Ichiko. But maybe we might get to see his true colors soon. I'm glad we could talk about this. I'm sure it'll take time to regain Miss Aria's trust. But as long as I don't give up, I'm sure. Oh damn, everyone's standing on each side. Honestly, I just want to be by her side all day. But I have a job to do, and I need to make sure it gets done if I want to continue staying here. I scanned the entrance hall for a good place to begin cleaning. I had to pull myself together, but I just can't bring myself to get started like I usually can. Just wish I could find something, anything to distract me. At that instant, I thought of the sketchbook in my pocket.
昨日の絵改めて見るとめちゃくちゃだけど、絵を描くとやっぱり気持ちが落ち着く。今は目で見たものだけじゃなくて、何か自由にイラストを描いてみるのも悪くないかも。ここへ来てすぐの時みたいに掃除しながら気が向いたら何か描いてみようかな。
Well, I guess we're gonna look around. Let's go to the kitchen. Haven't bothered too much with the inside of the refrigerator. Oh, that's okay. I'm sure Suyu's keeping an eye on the food.
涼しい。あれ、いつの間にか新しい卵がいっぱい。これで卵かけご飯を作ったら美味しいだろうな。
That sounds good. Okay, I just need an egg and rice. Ooh, hang on, something's coming to me. Oh, that's cute. If you give this to a dog who hates eggs.
卵かけんご飯。ちゃって。
It would totally say, don't put any doggone egg on my rice. Okay.
全然笑える状況じゃないけど、くだらなすぎて嫌いじゃないかも。
They did a pretty good job translating that joke. Okay, so we checked the kitchen. Storeroom. I wonder if anything here will spark some drawing inspiration. Nope. Not a single thing. That's quite a colorful spine. What book is this? The Young Lady's Book of Illustrations?
あ、かわいい。少女雑誌の絵描きさんかな。この絵見たことある気がする。おしゃれでかわいい女の子。いいなあ。こういう絵を描いて暮らせたら楽しそう。
Yeah, let's go to the drawing room. I don't know if I can bear to enter the drawing room yet. I can still picture her there, covered in blood. My chest got tight just thinking about it. I know that I can't avoid it forever. I know that I can't avoid it forever. I need to get used to it. The sooner, the better.
ポケット、鉛筆の芯が刺さった。
Okay, let's go to the sunroom. Alright, that window frame is now totally dust-free. Strange shadow fell across the table. It seemed to have 2 long ears, like a rabbit. Ah, that's so cute.
ウサギってこんなんだっけ。まあ違っても別にいいか。テーブルの上でお昼寝してたりなんかして。 すやすや。結構可愛く描けたかも。
Hang on. Now that I get a good look at it, that rabbit kind of looks like Miss Aria. Okay, I think this should be the last locale here. Looks pretty cloudy out there. This is going to be a quiet and still day. Come to think of it, haven't seen a single cat or dog since I arrived. Such a wide open space, you'd think at least one or two of them would have found their way into the premises by now. No, I think that should be it. At least here. Got a couple of sketches, which look nice.
ちょっとだけ気分が落ち着いたかも。お嬢様、こういう絵も気に入ってくれるかな。
That calmed me down for a bit. I wonder if Miss Aria would like the picture I've drawn.
もうずっと一日がすごく長い。顔が見たいな。そして、はい。
Come to think of it, she never did get out of bed today. Hope she's not upset with me. What if she's despondent? What would I even do if she made me leave? And I know my thoughts would certainly take a turn for the worse if I were to shut up in a dark room, staring at the ceiling.
でも、体調が悪くて起きてこない日はこれまでだって何度もあったし。
Amani came home early. Whether it's from concern for Aria or not, I couldn't say. He peeked into her room, saw she was sleeping peacefully, and then shuffled back into the hall. It's not like she said anything that she'd only speak with Mr. Amani, though, so I'm not sure. So I'm not the only one she's deliberately holding at an arm's length. I hope. I should just go to bed. I'm sure I'll be able to have a proper conversation with the... I should just go to bed. I'm sure I'll be able to have a proper conversation with her tomorrow. Well, that yet remains to be seen.
隣から音がした。お嬢様起きたのかな。
But if I did, there was still a chance I'd go speak with her. There was no dance in hell. There wasn't no chance in hell I could go to sleep once I had that idea in my head.
お嬢様、失礼します。あれ、お嬢様？
The room was completely dark. I couldn't even make out her silhouette on the bed. Hmm? Following the source of the sound, my eyes fixated on the door of her dressing room, which was slightly ajar. Immediately got goosebumps for reasons I couldn't explain. I wobbled as I took a step back, like I was ready to flee. Could she be in a preparation room? She can't be making an amulet at this hour, right? Why wouldn't do that to her after she spent all day in blood? Would he?
お嬢様、あまねさん。
No response. They probably didn't hear me, or maybe they aren't even interested at all, or even there at all. I should have checked the bathroom first. With this thought in mind, I turned to leave the dressing room. As I did, I spotted a section of the wall that looked different from the rest and stopped in my tracks.
私のダリア。お嬢様、本当に飾ってくれたんだ。いつの間に。これ、お嬢様が自分で壁に。
She actually hung it up on the wall. When? Did Miss Aria put it up in there herself? Oh my goodness. My heart is so full. She holds me in such high regard, and here I was worrying myself sick.
早く顔が見たい。お嬢様。
That sound definitely came from the preparation room. I pushed aside the clothes covering the entrance and reached out for the door.
いちこです。お嬢様が心配で。入ってもいいでしょうか。
nobody's here either? Then what on earth made that noise? The lights is on. Somebody must be. I took a single step forward and heard a splash. I looked down to see the blood splattered in every which way where I put my foot down. That's a lot of blood. What? Why is the floor covered in blood? I had a terrible feeling all about this. I noticed something that I couldn't bear to look in the corner of my vision, off the right. So much red. I clenched my fist as I tried to steady myself, then turned toward the horror that awaited me. Then, as I turned, oh God, not again! I saw Arya lying in a blood-soaked bed. She had been stabbed multiple times, and her dress was shredded and soaked with blood. I heard a rustling as I approached the bed. Plastic sheet? The bed was beneath Arya's body, wrapped in plastic sheets to keep it from getting stained. Blood pooled in its grooves and spilled down into the floor. Yeah. I carefully rolled her onto the side to prevent her from suffocating. I felt the faintest hint of breath on my finger as I lifted her head.
起きて。どうしたらいいのこんな。お嬢様。
She keeps getting into these strange, like, occult things. Huh? Huh? Someone's coming.
お嬢様、ごめんなさい。
Fighting against the chokehold of my fear, and my whole body shook as I sank to my knees and crawled under the bed. Nah, this is not a time loop. At least not yet. My hands flew up to my mouth to stifle my grunts and groans. What in the world is happening? Someone entered the room. There was a small gap between the bed cover and the floor. I could just about make out bare feet. A man's feet.
ああ、すまない。
Ah, I knew it. I desperately wanted to be wrong, but I was right.
待たせたね、アリア。
It's Mr. Amane. Yeah, so he did that. Side story unlocked. Chapter 4, Uninvited Guest. Ooh. Okay, so what time is it? Ooh, okay. So since we're in chapter 4 now, I think this would be a son of a gun, not surprised. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised either. Honestly, oh, oops, sorry. Honestly, not surprised either. Where is... Oh, there we go. Let's save. Right here. So we have gotten even more reveals tonight. And yeah, as we figured out, they don't have a relation with each other. He was just the caretaker for Arya because her dad was extremely ill. And both were touted as children of God, both Amane and Arya. He seems perfectly fine with what's happening with her because, you know, it's her imperative, according to what he says. And he's even doing it himself. Yeah, he's just basically stabbed her in the back multiple times. And all the blood is just flowing out. I knew his eyes can't be trusted. Yeah. Yeah, it felt like very, very ominous. He is way too ominous. And then you get to know that he goes out at nightclubs. He has a relationship with the secretary. And he gets to do everything, like go outside, have like a social life. But Arya's just there. She's just locked in the house. And she's quote unquote okay with it. Which I doubt, honestly. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen after that. Will Ichiko be the answer using Arya's wealth? I guess. I guess. I mean, he is Arya's father did give Amane the okay in order to inherit like the family name, I guess. But yeah, he's no good. He is no good. I just feel bad for Arya overall. I just feel bad for her. I don't know what's going to happen afterwards. I really hope that she and Ichiko will mend their issues with each other. But we shall see the next time we play the game. Yeah. With that said, guys, thank you all for watching either live or via the archives. Tomorrow, we'll be playing some more DJ Max. Respect V or 5, I presume. We got some more DLC packs from the sale that happened like a week or so ago. And there's still some songs from, the vanilla release that we could try out. Maybe I'll get better on it. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a friend in call. We'll see. We'll see. But before I go, as per usual, I'm going to send you guys over on the Twitch side of things. Who can I send you guys to? Who am I following is playing something visual novel-esque, so I can I mean, if we can't find anyone, then we'll go for a different game. You have someone using the visual novel protagonist playing Elden Ring. Yes, Elden Ring is one of my favorite visual novels. Honestly, I don't know who I could send you guys to. None of the games actually fit, but No, I may as well not raid for tonight. Yeah. There's a lot of to be fair, there is a lot of reading if you want an Elden Ring, but where's the visual part? To be fair, you're reading a lot of flavor text for the role. Okay, but it's primarily an action game. Not like it's primarily an action game, Souls-like, but you guys make a good point too. Yeah, I don't think we can find anyone to raid, which because all the games are pretty different. Yep, I guys want to call it here. All right, guys, hope you all have a great night, evening, or afternoon, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.